The following segment is sponsored by the Upstate Center-for-Addiction-Treatment.
Heading into this new school year, you probably still know parents who are trying to nail down the plan for back to school and how exactly that's going to work. And daycare, they want to do what's safe, what's good for their kids, and maybe also what's reliable so they can work. Dr. Ish Major is here with us. Good morning, Dr. Ish.
Hey, Margaret, how you doing?
I'm doing well, but a lot going on. We've been talking about this. Parents are making tough decisions. Many of them are second guessing themselves. What's happening overall?
There's a lot happening, right? The number one job of a parent is to be able to keep your kids safe. And right now, a lot of parents don't know how they're going to do that, right? When it comes to schools, some schools have some really good guidelines for getting open, and then some schools don't. The scary thing is that most schools don't have a really good plan for staying open. Right? And so that's a problem. So for parents to sleep well at night, they've got to know that they're doing everything they can, given the tools that they have to keep their kids safe. And the number one tool for each parent out there right now is really good information, right? Here's good information. In the last 2 weeks, 100,000 kids have gotten infected. More good information. In the last 2 weeks, 600 of those kids have gotten really, really sick. Right. And so those are the types of information pieces that you can use to make those better decisions moving forward.
Well, and I know you've been working with some of these schools on their reopening plans. And, like you said, the ones that closed down, how are they going to function and what plans are in place? Mm-hmm. COVID testing is obviously an important process, and you're doing that through the Upstate Center-for-Addiction-Treatment. So fill us in. What's new?
So there are answers, there are solutions, but there are no easy answers. There are no easy solutions. So that's the one piece, right? What we're doing is helping schools come up with those guidelines to help you reopen safely. We're providing that testing, we're providing that screening, and then we're providing you with more guidelines for what to do with those results, right? And that's what's happening. I'm seeing a lot of moms this week. They're just scrambling, right? It's like, okay, I guess we're doing it. What do I do now? And so that's where we come in, right? You come in, let us do the thing that we do best, which is help keep people healthy. That way you, as a school, can do the thing you do best, which is give your kids a good education while you're keeping them safe.
And parents are trying to make sure they're doing the best thing. This transition back to school might feel really chaotic. What else can you tell people to just be reassuring the way you always are?
Yeah, so it's chaotic as being kind, right? For these days, what we're having to improvise and adapt and overcome, which is fine if you're Marines, but we're not Marines, and our kids are not Marines. So what we need most is to let our kids know that, hey, there's a lot going on that we don't know and that we can't control. And remember, kids aren't getting raised in a vacuum, right? They may not be talking about it, but they know what's going on. They can listen to the news just as well as you and I can. And so have a heart-to-heart with your kid and say, hey, listen, here's where we are. These are crazy times, and there's a lot going on that we can't control, and there's a lot that we don't know. But here's what I need you to know, son or daughter, and that is our number one priority is making sure that you are loved and you are safe and you are as safe as possible. And we're going to do everything we can every day to make sure that happens. That's the main message for them as they kind of get back out there into the world and we see what happens.
That's the conversation we've all got to have. Kids, you're fine. We will handle the worrying. Do what kids do. Parents can contact you. School districts can contact you at the Upstate Center for Addiction-Treatment. You've got a location on South Pine Street in Spartanburg, another one in Anderson. Schedule an appointment by calling 651-8116. What else do you want people to know about what you're working on and what's been happening?
I think the take-home message for today, is for parents, because parents are freaking out right now. Most of us will do more for somebody else than we will do for ourselves. And in no case is that more true than when it comes to what parents are willing to do for their kids, right? And so for parents, I think the worry is, how do I get this right? And so again, you're going to do the best you can with the tools you have at the time, and understand that no parent gets it all the way right. But this is one of those situations where you want to get it as right as you can get, which means you need the best information that you can get. And so get yourself as informed as possible and make that decision that 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, you can look back as parents and say, hey, yeah, you know what? Proud of that because we did the right thing.
Yep, and you can certainly make better decisions when you seek out that information. So thank you for bringing it to us.
Yes.
Dr. Ish Major from Upstate Center for Addiction Treatment. We look forward to having you again really soon.
Thanks so much, Margaret.